Today, we're doing some gas station ready type of training interval. You know, you call it that's just a name we're giving it. But what it basically is you're not just stationary. You're not just staying in one place. You're actually able to move while you're doing things. So, I mean, think about it. If all you ever do is just bench, squat, and deadlift, or you're getting locked into machines or whatever, and you never move, if you just go like this one day, all of a sudden you tear your hamstring or something. But the flip side about this is, if you know you're older, you hadn't been training a lot of movement, things like that, we're not getting hurdles out and saying we're gonna jump over these hurdles as fast as you can. We're gonna sprint full out as fast as you can. This stuff is it's loaded, so we're not able to move quite as fast, but we're getting some movement in there. So it's like sort of bridging the gap between the weight room and the so-called field of play right here. Great stuff, and keep you ready that way. Okay, so interesting sort of tidbit here. We're at Kennedale High School, Kennedale, Texas, between South Arlington and the southern part of Cowtown, USA, Fort Worth, baby. And right here in Kennedale. And anyways, I used to be the strength coach here before I started my own business at this high school right here. Great program, kick ass, all that kind of stuff. Before I got here, they're doing a lot of Olympic lifting. I'm saying their form was so bad on so many things, but it wasn't just here. Even when I worked at UCLA and Division I athletes, I mean, it was just piss poor form. I mean, he'd run around like a damn chicken with his head cut off or something. Point being, I brought in strongman training here, and because it was technically pretty simple. So that's kind of the beauty of strongman training. It allows you to focus on that game day kick-ass mentality, but it's technically simple. I've had people, powerlifters and strength athletes, with that just enter a strongman contest and win. And the point being there is, if you can do that, it's not real complicated. You can learn. It's a very low learning curve, and it allows you to focus on that kick-ass game day, or smash the Bourbon Bay, dude up the gas station mentality. Why do you never hear about jump rope? The answer is simple: because no famous personal trainer, celebrity guru, or other kind of circle jerker is gonna make money because you buy a $5 jump rope. That's why. Okay, it's one of the greatest exercises in existence. Prize fighters have used it for centuries to get in great shape, and it just keeps those feet, those hands in rhythm. So if you want a jump rope, here's a good program you can do for your conditioning. You go, start off 6 sets, do each set for 30 seconds. Okay, each week you add 10 seconds to that. So if you want to kind of peak it out, eventually you get up to 3 minutes. You go 30-second breaks and do that for 6 rounds. You'll be in great shape. Tom Haviland, Operation 400, see, I learned from clients too, introduced us to this exercise. It's a great exercise right here. You go anywhere from 10 to 20 yards, hammers out the neck, and it strengthens it isometrically. So you got the harness on, the sled crawling backwards. You want to sink your hips, keep your head in a neutral position. The caveat here is this is a more advanced technique. He's doing a bear crawl, but you can also just crawl on your knees. We're going to 10 to 20 yards. We're going 3 to 4 sets, and you want to get fancy here, you can go forward and things like that too, but going backwards right here, 10 to 20 yards, 3 to 4 sets. Added 90 pounds plus the sled today. We're not trying to go crazy today. Seen Tom do upwards of 300 pounds in this movement. As with any sort of sled training, how much weight you use is also going to depend on the friction of the surface you're on, because if you're on a real nice surface letting it slide nicely, you'll be doing a hell of a lot more weight than if it's concrete with like little divots in there. What I want you to do is get under the yoke, right? And you're gonna set right here. Everything's super tight, and as you go, instead of just popping it up, you want to progressively tighten everything, and as you're tight, it just pops up. Then you let it settle, and then from there, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take small, slow steps, and as you get comfortable, you're gonna lengthen your stride. So it's small and slow to long and fast if you get comfortable, because in a contest here with the yoke, it's either gonna be for time, weight, distance, whatever. So if it's for in a strongman contest, even though we're doing this for like gas station ready type of training, you might be going for just how far you can, you might do as heavy as you can for 30 feet. At that point, what I'm saying is super important. You pick it up, settle, slow, and short. As you get more comfortable, you can lengthen and go faster. If it's for time, You have to lengthen and go faster first, but you do not want to be fighting that yoke. You want to think of it like riding a bull. When you're on a bull, you're not trying to fight it like this. You're trying to go with the flow. So you have to pick it up, let it settle, short and slow, to longer and faster. So what it does is it tests your limit strength. It tests even your explosive strength. You have to move with it. Your strength endurance if you go far enough with it, and it's going to really test your dynamic core stability. You think about it. Everybody talks about core training, this and that. Imagine not only would I pick up some heavy crap, but actually move a distance with that heavy crap while you're stabilizing. It's very heavy, so we can go anywhere. That's a good starting point. 50 feet. Sometimes you do a little bit less. And you go just for pure limit strength. Sometimes you might go a little further and do a little more muscle endurance. But it's a great event to build overall limit strength, core stability, and I guess if you're working at the bouncing as a kick and stab bar, by God, Virginia, some 500-pounder comes there slinging them dogs. Be nice. Till it's not time to be nice anymore. It ain't time to be nice anymore. You put the son of a buck on your back, walk them out, and dump them in the parking lot. Boom, yoke. Good. Turn around and go. Short, faster. The plate-loaded wheelbarrow here, it's a great event. And so one of the advantages we like about this is you can go forward and back. It'd be very awkward to stop a farmer's walk and then just all of a sudden have to go backward with it. With a wheelbarrow, we can go front, we can go back. And we can, it doesn't have to be just back or front. We can actually transition to it like that too. So it's a very beautiful event, has a lot of functional carryover. So I think these kind of loaded carries in your hands, farmer's walk, wheelbarrow thing, one of the best exercises to build your traps. And then not only is it going to do that, this is a total body strengthener. I remember doing the seminars with Fred Hatfield when I'd be talking about farmer's walk, he'd jump up and be like, and it's great for Mrs. Jones, because what he's talking about is, Mrs. Jones carrying those heavy groceries, grandkids, things like that, it's going to carry over to her too. So if you don't want to, if you're doing it more for the sake of just hypertrophy, aesthetics, then throw on straps. Don't let your grip limit you. If you're doing it for overall strengthening, gas station ready, don't put on the straps. Do most of the time use it. Build that grip up, baby, and build some. These have pretty thick handles too. Nice forearm work as well. So that's kind of the beauty of strongman training. It allows you to focus on that game day kick-ass mentality, but it's technically simple. If you can do that, it's not real complicated. You can learn. It's a very low learning curve, and it allows you to focus on that kick-ass game day, or smash the Bourbon Bay, dude at the gas station mentality.